Joining us now live in our studio is KTVU political analyst Brian Sobel. Let's talk about health care, government showdown, the renewed momentum that the Republicans have to get this health care bill. That could complicate efforts to avoid a government shutdown.
Yes, if the Republicans push the reform or the repeal and replace or some modification of that of the health care bill, it endangers whether the Democrats would vote for an extension of discussions around the budget. And so it's not a good position right now. And again, it highlights the problems in Washington, D.C. between Democrats and Republicans.
Well, no one wants a government shutdown. What do you think? Is the government going to shut down this weekend?
I think they'll come up with a solution. I think the Republicans will back off a little bit on pushing forward with the health care reform or replace bill on the basis that it's not really ready yet and they don't have the votes to pass it.
Okay, so the first 100 days in office, it's a benchmark that traditionally presidents are judged on how they've done. How do you think President Trump has done in his first 100 days?
I think I've told people it's around a C. I think he's had his hits and his misses. Some of the misses are attributable to somebody who doesn't understand, did not understand all of the things that go on with the presidency. I mean, he's somebody who's never held political office, and that's very unusual in American history.
Brian, what would you say his biggest hit is, and what would you say his biggest miss is?
Well, I think his unpredictability around foreign policy, ironically, as an example, sending cruise missiles into Syria, people, I think, looked at that and said, oh, okay, this is somebody who's willing to act on something that he talked about. And frankly, if you think about it, through the campaign, many of the things that he said he'd do, he has attempted to do. So you have to give him credit for that. Now it's been stymied by the courts and other things. But on the other hand, some of the things that he's signed into law through executive orders weren't ready for prime time and they were struck down. So hits and misses, fits and starts.
Well, certainly Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court is a big hit for the president.
Huge, absolutely. That was brought forward, done, had the votes. That was well done.
Okay, quickly as we last thought here, North Korea, it's unfolding by the minute. Things keep changing. Where do you see this playing out? Strategic patience or military action?
I think it's strategic patience. I think there's kind of a good cop, bad cop thing going on. We're talking about having to do the real rough and tumble thing and the military thing. Meanwhile, I think China's working it on the backside, saying, hey, you really don't want to have this happen in this region because there's tremendous fallout in China and in the region.
I could talk to you for another half hour. Unfortunately, we're out of time.
It's always fun.
Brian, thank you.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Brian.